on docket. One of them is Mr. Carlos Giovanni Ramos, who did post bond.
What?
Yes,
Where is he here?
he is.
Come here. That way. That way. We don't want you near our DAs. When did he bond out?
When did you find out?
April 2nd.
You are on deferred with us for an attempted auto theft. You had an open possession of a controlled substance and you pick up four $30,000 to $150,000 theft cases. You are ordered to be under home confinement. I don't want you out at all. I want my public safe and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect it. If I find that you pick up another case, if I find that you break any of these conditions, I will light you up. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm sending him now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in his system. And then I want him back. Okay? GPS monitor, home confinement. Do you know what the felony court did?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe on the last setting, you mimicked the same conditions as those. That includes the GPS monitor. That's what I said.
Pero a mí me pusieron que puedo ir a la escuela.
With the exception of going to school, Your Honor.
Nope, I don't care. I don't trust you to be able to go to school with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, 5 felonies that are open. The only thing I want in this life is my county to be safe. And you out there in the free world truly scares me because I don't know what you're doing. And I don't know if you truly want to do schooling, it can be done online. I don't want you out. Do you understand me? I'm sending you now for a drug test and I hope that you're not using. On your other ankle, I will put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I will bring you here periodically for drug testing, and if I find that you're using, your bond right now is set at $10,004. If I find that you're using, if I find that you go out, and I'm telling you now, I don't give a rat's behind what it's for. If I find that you're out, I'm going to make your bond so high, you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand? I want to send him for a drug test now and then he's to come back and then we'll go from there.
Just so you're aware of the felonies, they do have them on a curfew. With the curfew, he must be inside the house by 1:35 p.m. and he is not allowed out until 7:25 a.m. He got a small window during the day where he's permitted to be out.
For what?
That's what.
Where? To where?
It says for school.
Where is the school?
Revolution Academy.
I don't know if I trust him enough to be able to do this. You know,
Your Honor, I will say,
they're open and then he has an auto theft with us.
I understand. I just feel it's going to conflict with what they have in the system.
Yeah, I know it's going to come.
Yeah.
I know. I just don't care. You know, the only thing I care about is my county being safe. And with 6, and at that young age, you know, it just.
regarding the new felonies, Your Honor, I do want to remind the court that there is a presumption of innocence, and that's what he's currently doing, working on that. And it seems like his mom is the one taking him to school, so he does have someone else support system to make sure that he's.
I don't know that. I mean, if you bring
And I've
mom
spoken to
here,
his mom.
I mean, you get mom here to show me that she's going to do that, you know, then perhaps. But at this point, Mr. Ramos, you scare me, truly. And the only thing I want is you not to pick up a 7th case or someone to end up dead or another car to be gone. Do you understand? But at this point, and I don't know how someone posted up $100,000 bond on you, but if I remember, the bonds were all set at like what, 50,000, all of them, and then the felonies all got reduced or something like that.
I think they're 20.
I don't know what the felonies were at. It looks like they're all $20,000 now.
Yeah. All I want is my county to be safe. That's all I care about. If your mom comes here and tells me that she's going to take you,
She come right now.
Is she here?
Yeah,
she's here right now,
she's downstairs.
go get her. Go, let me talk to her.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Do you need a translator?
Does she speak Spanish only?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you call a translator, please? Thank you.
This still says, recommending white man.
For him? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You can go to the today.
Problem is, if we can't with the felonies open. But that's, it's money. It's money.
I haven't.
So there, did you hear what the recommendation is?
No, I didn't.
WIMAC.
What was it?
WIMAC.
I'll change.
I think it's money. You know, that's, with the other gentleman that was just here, he was in WIMAC and he's doing great, you know? But the problem is that we can't while this case is upstairs, so we're kind of in holding pattern. But when does this expire?
It's the addendum, so if they got some to another year. You want a date, to give you a date?
I just don't want it to accidentally expire while because these cases are probably going to go on for the next year.
Set to expire November of this year.
Okay. I guess we'll address it getting closer to. But that's, for me, that's the goal. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's wait for mom and then we can.
Right, Judge, for Ramos, you said it's Graham?
Yeah. Scram and GPS. And can we have someone that actively, if he goes to school, can they put,
Let me look at the dimension.
I'd like to know if he's deviating from school, right? If he's going somewhere else. So there's got to be a way to get there and a way back from home. So we know they're going directly to school and directly back. So they're
The
not,
same way we're covering his home zone, we could cover the school as an inclusive.
yeah.
That'll be fine.
So we know through that 4-hour window, he's at that school and doesn't go anywhere else. And if he goes somewhere else, boom, it dings and we know.
I think
And then
that'll work best for the device as long as that's where you back up to.
yeah.
Let me include that on your conditions then, that the school and this location.
Well, let me talk, I want to talk to mom first, just to make sure that she's going to do it, so that she's taking him to and from school, because I'm not going to accept that he's taking one of his friends or something like that, you know? You ready, Mike?
Yes, Your Honor. Have Mr. Andrews on docket?
Okay. Did he get tested today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Andrews.
Yes, presumptive positive against the THC, Your Honor. And 3 weeks ago, he tested, it was presumptive positive THC, and then it was lab confirmed THC.
Come up, sir. What am I supposed to do?
I have no idea, sir.
Either you're continuing to use or you just don't care about court orders. I've ordered you not to use. We're now working. When did we order him not to use? What was the day?
I've been on this case that long.
His case has been open since February. The end of February.
February 26th, Your Honor.
Say it again?
February 26th.
Yeah, February 26th. We're now April 16th. It's been 51 days.
Helen. You did.
Yeah.
I'm putting you in jail. I told you not to use. You're continuing to use.
May.
Okay?
And I know how the court generally feels about the prescriptions for the marijuana, but he does have a valid prescription.
Nevertheless, I told him not to use.
He's gainfully employed, Judge, which when we came here previously, you had ordered him to get a job, which he did. And of course, he's brand new at the job. And if he goes into custody, he's most certain to lose that job.
Michael, I don't want him to use. What else am I supposed to do? I don't care that you're now working your second criminal case within the last year, you know? Give an assault from 23, now you've got a theft.
One more opportunity, Judge.
How long am I supposed to give him, Malcolm? Another 30 days for him to just continue smoking weed and just,
Test them in 2 weeks, Judge? Or even, I don't know if next Thursday will be too soon for for the levels to go down. I'm not really.
do you have levels now?
No, not at this time, so this is a rapid test that needs to be confirmed at the lab, so.
If you want me to give you the benefit of the doubt of next Thursday, I will do it. You must be here Thursday. If you test positive for weed, it's not going to go well for you. I've harped on it over and over and over.
Yes, sir.
Judge, and I don't know the science, is what currently in his system, would it be gone by next Thursday? Or would it still be in his system and he tests
If he
positive?
continues to smoke, then no. But it's by then it'll be 2.5 months. So if it's still in his system, that tells me that he's continued to smoke weed while he's on bond. You know,
Yeah.
there's only two things. It's either in your system or it's out of your system.
I don't smoke, so I got THC tinctures.
What's
I
that?
don't smoke flower. It's not a flower.
You're not supposed to use anything that has THC in it that could cause you to test positive. You know exactly what you're putting into your body. You know exactly what I've ordered you not to do. We'll put you on for this Thursday. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you want hieroglyphics? Perhaps Mandarin? I don't know what else. I'm speaking English here. I've told you what you can and can't do. That's it. I'm going to give you the benefit because of Michael that you got until next Thursday. If you continue to test positive, it's just not going to go well. All right?
Yeah,
See you
sure.
Thursday.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Good morning, Miss Gordon. Ma'am, you are charged with theft. I'm sorry, criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 8, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to an apartment complex and made contact with a complaining witness who stated that she and the defendant were in a previous dating relationship and currently lived together. They'd gotten in a verbal argument and the defendant locked the complaining witness out of the apartment and eventually let her back in. And when she re-entered the apartment, the complaining witness saw the defendant had soaked her clothes in bleach. The complaining witness then told the defendant to leave the apartment. The defendant then left the apartment and took a large kitchen knife outside. And the complaining witness then witnessed the defendant scratch her vehicle with the knife. And the defendant scratched the word bitch onto the hood of complaining witness's vehicle. The complaining witness estimated that the total damages to the vehicle were approximately $1,000.
Ms. Gordon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Can you do the last part again?
I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person, not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I will make your bond high. I'm going to protect every person in this county. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a small farm animal. Anything you do to endanger my community, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail, and I'm going to make it high. If you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with. Do you understand? Do you mind reaching out to this person to let them know that we've put these conditions on,
Yes,
to
sir.
let us know if she tries to make contact whatsoever?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about the case. I've got a bunch of DAs here, and whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Okay, tell me.
Me and the person stay together currently.
I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person.
The person that filed the report was her friend and the way.
You have to understand, you've now been charged with a criminal case. There are certain conditions we put on to ensure that nothing else happens. I don't know what kind of relationship you have. You now have this criminal case. If you get mad because of this criminal case at this person, right, and then you start having words, you're going back to jail. That's why, to prevent that from happening, I don't want you to have contacts with this person. You need to separate. I don't want you to go where she lives, where she works, where she breathes. Don't have any contact. Don't use social media. Don't use someone else to have contact with her. Don't text, call. If I find that you do, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? How old are you, man?
20.
What do you do for a living?
Oh,
What are you studying to be?
what kind of thing?
This is not a good way to start. Because whenever you start going to apply for jobs, they look at records. And when they see someone that has a criminal mischief like this, they're thinking to themselves, you know, we probably shouldn't hire this person because this person, when they get angry, they are volatile. They're like a volcano ready to erupt. Would we want someone like that working with us? Probably not. The more cases you get on your record, the worse life you're going to have. This life is extremely difficult, and it doesn't get easier the more convictions you get. It is hard enough as a black, brown person in society today. Now you start racking up convictions on top of it, or picking up criminal cases. You think it's easier? No. Self-control. Because if you don't, that's why we have jails. You want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, man? You need a lawyer to represent you. You can go hire one, or I'm happy to give you one if you want one. You want one? Okay. I need you to fill out an application for me. Deputy Miranda is going to give you one. I'm going to create bond conditions where you promise us you're not going to have contact with this person and no weapons as well. Once you sign it, you fill out the application, I'll take a look, and then I'll have you talk to someone today. All right? Please.
Hey, Judge, we're approaching again on J.D. Gordon, the one with the bond commission. So
Judge, as for the planning witness is fine with contact and with the defendant living there as well. Your Honor, I also want to mention that the state's going to be evaluating this case later today for dismissal, just in light of information that I've learned recently.
Okay. So he's telling me that you're here from another state or something like that, right? You don't have much family here? These are things that you need to consider when you're out there in the free world. The reason you're out of jail now is because we gave you a free bond. That doesn't continue to happen. If you continue to pick up cases, at some point, we stop giving PR bonds. And if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000, $10,000 to get you out, you will be stuck in there. And when that happens to people, they end up just pleading guilty to get out, racking up convictions, and you become unemployable. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if it's the type of relationship that you're constantly butting heads and you're constantly fighting, be very careful. Because if you pick up a new case, or if I find that you become a danger, you're threatening or acting like this, I'm going to revoke the bond. I'm not asking much. I just want my city safe. You understand? All right. So just don't have any threatening or harassing contact with her. Don't have any weapons, and everybody's happy. Okay. Do you mind filing those conditions, and then we'll have a sign, and then you'll be free to go after that. Okay.
I'll just not do it. That's what I'm saying. It's not only the ones that are in the meter.
Oh, we got it. Come on. Just don't worry about it. We already have conditions. I'll sign.
Mr. Melendez checked in, you'd asked for a short setting because you wanted to hear about job and.
Okay.
He doesn't have paperwork on him, but he's supposed to have some tomorrow, but he is here.
Well, that doesn't help me today.
I know it doesn't help you, but you told him to be here or have that stuff.
So we're rolling tomorrow.
So, okay.
Have it tomorrow.
Let me ask him about what time you'll have it, because it's in the morning. Anyway, you understand. I forgot, Judge. It's PDF showing that he was enrolled in school, but he is working on a job right now.
Where is he enrolled? Let me see. Our program is conducted entirely by independent study and requires dedicated effort and self-motivation to considerably above the average. Come up, Mr. Melendez. Is that mom over there?
No, he came in on some, Judge.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm in a pen foster, like you can do it at your own pace. Like if I were to like give it like everything I got, I could graduate probably like less than 6 months. But right now, well, I had to start from ninth grade. But right now I'm in
So
11th.
what have you done lately?
I'm working on my school and well, I don't have like, I'm not like like I guess you said job, but I'm helping like one of my friends. We do.
Helping means nothing.
Yeah, I know. I start
You, what have you done in this course, in this school? Because since it's self-study, what have you done?
right now it's all during like mental health stuff. So it's all like the course I'm in right now it's all about mental health. And the next like I move by categories. So one's mental health, the next one will be math, the next one will be science, and the other two.
Not understanding
The
what
last
you're
two.
saying.
Oh.
What courses, what tests have you taken to show me that you're actually doing something?
I have that's two. I just have to finish that one and I'll complete with the whole mental health.
Have you even made an appointment to meet your instructor?
It's not like instructor based. It's like I'm saying it's like all online. Like you can go at your own pace. You can like my little brother.
And what I'm concerned is that your pace is at stop now.
Oh.
That's my concern.
I've
Like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, but I had that last open case. I showed you last time. I've progressed since then.
Show me. That's just an
I can
open
show you.
webpage.
I can show you another one. Like probably the next court date. It'll be like a new. It's not gonna be mental health no more. I should be in math or science. And I start my job tomorrow.
Where?
Framing houses. And I can get the paperwork. Oh, I don't know.
I want,
Yeah, I can get other
after
paper.
you're working,
Yeah.
then I want you to go to work. I don't want you to spend your time here wasting it, and you can get proof to him. He can get it to me.
Yeah, I can get
But
it.
I want proof that you're actually working full-time or in school full-time. This does not look like full-time study to me. So
Yeah, it's because I applied to Chick-fil-A, but they denied me because of my open case. So that's when I applied to the framing, and he said I should. Well, I was supposed to start today, but he told me to come better tomorrow. So because I have to go in at 5 a.m. So he told me since I had court to just come in tomorrow.
and they're okay with your hair looking like this at
I'm
work?
gonna tie it up and wear a hard hat. I called it. Yeah.
The way you look says a lot about you. When you look like $1 million, people treat you like $1 million. When you look like a thug, people treat you like a thug. When you act like a thug, they will treat you as such. If you go into a place and you speak professionally, how I'm speaking to you now, and when you act like you own a room, 9 times out of 10 you do. But if you go in there with speech like, yeah, dog, this, it's always going to go nowhere. To move up in this life, you have to look good, sound good, and be professional. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere. You understand? This, it's not going to look good for a job. I'm telling you. If you're out going to play, great. But not while you're working, man. So I want to roll it to tomorrow. Bring proof that he's working. I want to know that he's just not on the street, screwing around.
He's gonna give me a paper. So like,
Okay.
a picture.
I want to verify it though. I want you to know.
I think what he's saying is he's not going to be able to have it by docket call tomorrow morning, is what he's trying to get.
Yeah, like
at.
tomorrow when I go into work, he'll give me the paper and then
Okay.
I just have
So
a picture.
take a picture of it and text it to him.
That's fine.
It's not hard. Go to work. When you go there, get there early, dress appropriately, and do a bang-up job. Don't do stuff half-assed, because if you do, they're just going to send you home. You understand? And no using dope. Okay? Got it.
One back, Judge.
We said, when do we do for another test?
If he was, Judge, I just had 2 weeks proof of school or job.
Okay, so I'm going to test him 50 days from the day that he picked the case up, which was March 21st. I'm testing you so I know that you're not using. If you test positive after 2 months, It's not going to go well for you. That should be a sufficient amount of time that there's nothing in your system. Do you understand, Mr. Melendez? Okay, so we'll set you off. Let's do Monday, just to give you enough time to get the documentation to me. At the next setting, I also want proof that you've done your schooling. Do you understand? Okay, done.
So you want back Monday, the 21st?
Let's do Monday for the 21st, right, so you can just show me the proof. After that, we'll set you off maybe like 3-4 weeks. And at that time, I want proof of the school. You're telling me that you're going to have school proof, right? Okay, that you've actually completed courses.
This is like my mom told you, like the last one. Right now, I have to wait for her to pay pay it. So until then, that course I'm in right now, I can finish it, but until she pays it, then I can't move on. But I have to see, because they're asking for like $500 because she didn't pay like 2 months last year. Like she didn't pay last year, and they're making her pay like right now.
So then this is not going to work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put you through our GED program then, because I don't think that this is going to work. Because I'm not going to sit here and hope and wish and pray that your mom's going to pay that, because she got other bills to pay. I have it to where you can do it for free.
How long would that one take?
It's on you. So let's do this. We'll put it back on Monday. We'll get back Toria back, and then we can figure out how to go with that as well.
For now, the resources.
I just don't know if you have access to what Shatori does, because I don't know. You know what it is? Okay.
Okay, so I'll get him to sign and then he'll take a seat until she brings it up.
Okay.
So resets on Monday. He's going to work with them.
We're going to get him sources so that you can sign up for your GED program for free. This is free, so there's no excuse. It's a matter of you putting the time in to get it done. Do you understand? Okay, done. All right. Thanks, Ms. Davis.
Right this way.
Carlos Ramos has not been convicted of anything yet, but judge placed him under strict home confinement, GPS monitoring, and SCRAM alcohol testing. Under the Eighth Amendment's presumption of innocence, do you think these pretrial conditions are a fair way to protect the community, or do they amount to punishment before guilt is
Right this
proven?
way.
Judge, we have a plea on Mr. Diego
Mayor?
Cuellar. He has his family support. May I bring them up with him? And his grandparents also here. These are the people that he lives with in Victoria, Judge.
No PTN?
Judge, I've gone over this with him and his family many times. They understand thoroughly what is involved and the differences, the cons of this time served plea versus a potential PTI. The good thing is they have enrolled him in GED. He's getting back on track. He's back at home. It's just,
There's really, in reality, there's just no good thing that's happening today. It's not. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. And I'm telling you that this is a terrible idea, but you're old enough to understand that actions have consequences. And the consequence is this day forth, this conviction will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. People will judge you by how you look on paper. They don't care about anything else, because that puts the world on notice who you are. And the more crap you put on paper, the worse your life becomes in every aspect, whether you want to get a job, whether you want to further school, whether you want to, you can't go to Canada anymore. You want to go to Canada? It's not going to happen after today. They won't let you in. The consequence, meaning the ramification of after today, will be so far reaching, you'll just never know. You have the option now to apply to get into a diversionary program where if you complete it successfully, they would dismiss this case. You would prefer to just plead guilty and just move on. And that's okay. But like I said, it'll go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life, even there after you die. And you ever get pulled over again, officers see this. They're going to roll up to your window If they smell alcohol, they smell dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. And from now on, after today, if you continue with this, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up here for. You understand? Do you still want to do this? You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged right to open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. That's what I said. So once you plead guilty, there's no turning around. It's not targeted. You can return it because you don't like it. One day, you will look back to the day in regret and say, why did I do that diversion program? But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll send you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days.
Judge, will you consider a back suspension to DPS?
No. I'm not going to reward him for making this bonehead. No.
Judge, I can do that.
Nope. And let me give you a little bit more perspective, Mr. Cuellar. You know, you're allowed to make mistakes, right? We all do. Everybody's human here. But when you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, the penalties become a lot more severe. Like I told you, from now on, you pick up any more DWIs, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. I am now going to waive for you the $3,000 surcharge that would otherwise apply to you. But if you come back here with another DWI, it is a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 that you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. The only thing we ask is don't become another statistic. If you want to get ripped, if you want to get lit, 52 beers, 32 joints, take an Uber. Don't drive. Do you understand?
Sure.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. Follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Check some papers and get your court
You can wait. Great job. We're really proud of you. You're doing great. We love success stories. And the only way that you have now is up. If you just write it out, do, you know, what they're asking, the sky's the limit, you know? The idea now is that you get a job and a good one, so you see the money start rolling in, because the idea is when you see that and you see how life can be, it's just the only way to go is up. So the only problem that we need is that we need to get a high school diploma, because that is going to prevent you, I think, getting many a job, you know, because they said you have interest in truck driving, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah. So the first thing you need to do is to, at a minimum, try to get your high school diploma. We've got resource here so they can help you out to do everything that you need to get both of those things done. There's no fees, right?
So
we
you
can
just-
take care of everything?
He just updated me on something. He says he was only short 3 credits. So
He's so close.
he's actually going to go back to the charter school he was attending and take care of that so he can get his high school diploma.
You were really that close?
yeah, I was that close.
I mean,
Slipped up.
okay, it's not a big deal, just so, but I want to put a schedule on it so that we know it happens, though. We're not going to just leave it open-ended, right? So I would say within 2 weeks, see to try to go get it re-enrolled.
Yes, sir.
So that we know what happens. You know, people perform better when they have deadlines as opposed to just open, okay, go get it done. So let's say 2 weeks for you to get back enrolled, and then just let us know how fast it'll happen to where you can get those 3 credits done. And then we're going to have them help you get a, you know, Class A driver's license so that you can drive trucks. You got to understand, though, is that when you're driving, you know, that big of a truck, they drug test you like crazy. You cannot have anything in your system because they'll get rid of you in a second if you have anything, including weed, in your system. You understand? So it's just There's no using, especially when you're operating 10,000-pound machines because I'm so proud of you. You're doing really well. Just keep it up. When you show up, good things happen. If you ever need anything, just come back, let us know, and I'll help you, and I'll help you get whatever you need. You want a job, you want this, that, I don't care. We'll help you with whatever you need. And then when you successfully complete this probation, I'll seal it for you. We will pay for it for you to get it sealed. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because then the general public can't see it. It's great. All right? Great. Okay, good luck, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail to be probated for 18 months. Has he done the TRS yet?
Yes, Mom.
No. You will do what's called a TRS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill these conditions. If you don't, a motion to revoke will be filed. You will be put into custody, and we are going to have a hearing on whether to revoke your probation or not. It'll be DWI repeat offender education class, 2 victim impact panels, no drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test while you're on this probation, you must do it. A guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, and 5 days in Harris County Jail as a condition. Is this how you understand it?
Yes, sir.
The more important thing to me, Mr. Garcia Ibarra, is you're young. What are you, 35, 37?
33.
33 years old. Your history sucks. It really freaking sucks. DWI dismissed in 22. DWI pled to in 23. Fleeing and eluding, interfering, and now open a DWI second and 2 felony assaults of a police officer. What's it going to take for you to get it, man? Is it a 25-year sentence? Do you know what happens next time you get a DWI?
Yes.
What happens?
It's a felony in jail.
2 and in the penitentiary. That's what happens next time. And with your record, as bad as it is, it doesn't have to be where you're stumbling, stupid, ball-ass drunk on the road. The mere smell, in and of itself, they're going to look you up. Every single time you get pulled over, they're going to harass and harangue you. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what time of day, where you're going. Every time you get pulled over with your record, they're going to harass you. So why give them the evidence? Why give them, of all the aches and pains, 1 button and $50 anywhere you want to go in this life? Do you understand? You're giving up the right to go to trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, like I said, it'll go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty, and I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in jail. I'll probate that for 18 months. You will do a repeat offender DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels, guardian interlock, no drugs, alcohol, 30 hours community service. Do you have any children?
Sir.
If you do a parenting class, I will consider the community service waived. 5 days to begin April 28th. You must report by 6 p.m. If you fail to report, this deal is off the table and you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The other thing is this, Mr. Garcia Ibarra, I have to somehow get a hold of you so that you understand that we mean business. And there's 2 ways that we do that. One is by jail time, which now you're obviously not doing. The other is by hitting you where it really hurts. And that's what we're going to do. I'm now going to hit you with a surcharge that you will be required to pay. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. I don't know what else we have to try to get your attention, so that I'm hoping that this is it before you pick up a felony offense. It's a $6,000 surcharge, and then how much your court costs?
What was the drug test before? A year case?
1 year.
Okay, give me one second.
I will give you plenty of time to pay for it. We will give you a 2-year to 3-year payment plan. So that will give you enough time. If you have any problems, you can come talk to us. But the worst possible thing you can do in this life is pick up another DWI, pick up another case, or abscond, take off. Because if you do that, that's just, it's a guaranteed motion to revoke. You understand?
Sure.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I'm going to send you to this agreement. For what it's worth, I usually waive these on almost every first DWI. You're now working your third. So at some point, like I said, we've got to get a hold of you to ensure that you don't pick up a felony or kill someone.
No, I just want to mention that I was talking to him about his finances, and my intention was to ask you to waive it, and I understand
I
you made your
normally
ruling.
do, Ms. Casanova, on all first, but this is a third alcohol contact. You know, I'll waive his supervisory fees with regard to them, but I want to get his attention. And I think that probably the only way to do it is with money. And like I said, if you don't pay it, your butt's going to sit $100 for 1 day in jail. You're probably going to owe somewhere in the neighborhood of around $6,500 now. Any slower, you'll be going backwards.
No. It's when people are watching, that's what happens.
Anyways, you get the gist of what it is.
Sure.
So I'm going to have you meet with everyone. If you have any questions, speak with probation. If you ever have any issues, come talk to us. Don't just take off. Don't pick up a new case. And above all else, don't
6,400.
drink. 6,400.
6,400.
That's it. So I'm going to tack on this fee, but waive all the other fees. Yeah. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge
Okay.
told both DWI repeat offenders that if they fail to pay their thousands of dollars in surcharges, they will sit in jail at $100 per day. The Supreme Court ruled in Bearden versus Georgia, 1983, that jailing someone purely because they cannot afford to pay a fine raises serious 14th Amendment equal protection concerns. Do you believe this pay or sit approach treats wealthy and poor defendants equally under American law?
Okay.
Approaching no bond conditions, Your Honor, he currently has a GPS monitor, a scram device, and a curfew. And we were hoping to have the scram device and the GPS monitor removed. He's been on it since February. He hasn't had any violations. And also with the curfew, kind of interferes with his work. Right now, he's limited to 8-hour shifts, but because he is the provider for himself, his girlfriend, and
What do you do for a living?
he works in the chemical plant. And from my understanding, the GPS monitor and the
Is he here?
He is.
Okay, can you bring him up?
Yes, sir. Mr. Norton?
Good morning, Mr. Norton. So, you're now stand charged with 2 counts of assault. You 4 months ago had 2 other counts of assault dismissed. I don't know if alcohol is a big factor to do with it. There are a lot of people when they drink, they become happy, the life of the party. They're so much fun to hang around with. And then there are people who become the devil incarnate when they drink. I don't know what effect anyone has. I don't know you, but I just don't want you to drink. I don't want you to use. And that's why, great, because we're requiring you to be, right? I'm not taking off the scram. I'm going to tell you that now, because I just don't want you to drink, and I'm not going to take your word for it at this point in time. I'm willing to work with you with the hours if you truly need to go to work and you can show us that you're working and not just going out in the middle of the night for the sake of going out, because I just don't want you out in the middle of the night. But if you show me that he's got a work schedule that really you need to work at night, I'm happy to do it. If you want to work more, I don't want to prevent you from working. I want you to work because I think that, you being productive is really a benefit to everybody involved. What hours are you asking for?
So I clock in at 7 every morning, 7 a.m.
Okay.
I work up to 12 at night
Okay,
because that's a full 16-hour shift. And I work that quite often. They might flip me the nights, but I've been denying that. So as long as I can get from 7 to 12,
I'm happy to give it to you.
thank you.
Okay. Remember though that you have a monitor so we know where you are. If you're out doing something you shouldn't be doing, we're going to get wind of it and it's not going to go well for you. So how long does it take you to get from work to home?
So it's about a 45-minute drive. It's in Mont Melody and I live in Newport.
Okay. So you want until what, 12:45 then, give or take?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll modify your schedule. Just remember, don't do anything you shouldn't be doing. The last thing you want to do is go back to jail because you've got a great job. You could be potentially losing it by just, all these cases are because of one thing. What's that one thing? No. Well, yes. But other than that, one thing, what is it?
Yes, my decisions.
Self-control. When you exercise self-control, even in the most stressful times, good things happen. You've been doing well. I'm happy to modify your schedule. So now, modify the curfew till 12:45 in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, after midnight, 12:45. Okay. And baby steps will go. If you're doing well, you keep doing well, you keep at it. We will loosen the chains, so to speak, on how well you're doing.
Did you want to leave the turkey for, so 12:45 a.m. until?
No. So he's working, you leave the house at 7 in the morning?
No, so I have to be at work at 7.
So you
You
leave,
gave me 5:30 or
So monitor it a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
okay, so do, we want him to work for like 6:15 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. He can go. He's got to be back at home at 1 in the morning. So from 1 in the morning until 6 in the morning. Okay. All right, man.
Thank you.
Make us proud. You got it, dude. You are Richard Renteria?
Yes,
Mr. Renteria, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. What you're going to do, probable cause, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. This case stems from 2021. Okay, guys, please.
Thank you. Your Honor, on October 10th, 2020,
Yeah.
November 10th, 2020, the defendant, the law enforcement officer was told the defendant got mad and made the complaining witness, his daughter, kneel on the floor for 4 hours. The co-defendant attempted to cut the complaining witness's hair and called her a slut and a bitch. The co-defendant grabbed a brown extension cord and hit the complaining witness while she was naked, causing pain. The defendant came home and punched the complaining witness in the face multiple times, causing pain and physical injuries.
And it's a misdemeanor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Stop. Don't. Have you spoken to the complaining witness lately?
We have not, Your Honor. We have not.
If you ever miss court again, Mr. Renteria, I'm going to make your bond so high that you'll have your beard falling off. Do you understand?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case, I am now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. I am also ordering and issuing a protective order that identifies SR as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? I am also ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of any weapons. You violate this court order, the state can and will file additional charges of violation of a protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. If I find that you're a danger, it's just not going to go well for you. Do you understand me? You have the ability to hire a lawyer. I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll see if you qualify. Don't just put zeros because I'm not going to believe it. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, whether you have a car, whether you work, whether you have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs. I need to know everything about you, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We will have you take a seat in the jury box while we create your bond conditions. We will have you sign them with our JLO, and after that, I'll see whether you qualify for a lawyer. Please. Don't. Now's not the time. Mr. Ramirez, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. Your lawyer has repeatedly tried to come and to get a certain type of sentence to benefit your status regarding immigration. But I want you to understand that we here cannot show favorable treatment. Doesn't matter who it is. These are things that you need to consider when you're out there in the free world, where if you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will lock you up and they will keep you as the day is long. And if you're incapable of not finding yourselves at a cross with the law, then you will repeatedly go to jail. And I don't know what it's going to take to get you to understand that we mean business, but if this isn't it, then I don't know what it is.
Can you repeat?
If you consume alcohol,
I'm sorry, can you repeat the last part?
I don't know what it's going to take for you to understand that we mean business. Perhaps it is just putting you in jail with a lengthy sentence. I don't know. I will tell you now, with this probation, there's absolutely no tolerance. If you consume anything that tells me you have a problem, and I will potentially put you in a rehabilitation facility in the jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
When I mean no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. The other thing is this, is that this is a second offense. What happens on the next DWI?
A la próxima, delito de conducir bajo influencia de alcohol. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Entonces, ¿qué es lo que pasa? I don't know.
If you ever pick up another DWI, you will be facing a third-degree felony.
Okay.
A minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. If you do, you get pulled over, it's probably not going to go well for you. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
For you to successfully complete this, or what I'm sentencing you now to 180 days in jail. I will probate that for 12 months. You will do a repeat offender DWI education class. 3 victim impact panels. You will do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need.
Es necesario.
If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. You must maintain a guardian interlock. Can you run his license to see if he has a license?
Yes, sure.
What does he have now, a scram? Okay.
Se tiene.
If you do not have a license, then you're not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit today promising me that you're not going to drive
No vas a venir.
and you must get a portable device. If you do not have a portable device, then you must maintain the scram. You must also no drugs, alcohol, guardian interlock. I'm going to suspend your ability to drive or your ability to get a license for 1 year.
Generally, it looks like his license is currently not eligible.
You are not allowed to drive, Mr. Ramirez.
Señora.
In this short life that we have, do not drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care what you have to do. If you drive, a warrant will be issued and I will issue a motion to revoke your probation. If you violate this probation, we issue a warrant, a motion to revoke will be filed, and we will have a hearing. And if they prove to me that you violate this probation, you're facing 180 days in jail. I am also assessing the supervisory fee on you as well. It's a second offense. You will be required to pay the $3,000 supervisory fee. We will give you 2 years to pay it. Somehow, Mr. Ramirez, we have to get your attention. You are skirting out of here today on a second with bond violations and you're not doing any jail time. So it is yet another proverbial slap on the wrist. So somehow I have to get your attention. If you fail to pay the $3,000 supervisory fee, every $100 that you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. We will give you plenty of time to pay. The idea is that you learn from this mistake so you do not come back. Because if you do come back, you will pay dearly. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to this. So what is he told? Please.
Total will be $3,530.
$3,530.
Yes.
You know, I think that everyone here on the other side is working diligently not to have you go to jail. So from here forth, you are the one that holds the keys to this jail cell. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, may we be heard on the fees and any surcharge?
Sure.
Case, Mr. Ramirez, you pay all the rent and bills in your house, right?
Yes.
And you also pay for your children's college?
Yes.
And if you were forced to make these payments or any other surcharges, would this cause a financial burden?
Yes.
And would you no longer be able to make your child's school payments?
A pagar los pagos de colegiatura de la escuela. It's going to be a problem for me.
And they might possibly have to withdraw from school.
Tienen que salirse de la escuela. Yes.
And you also have medical problems that prevent you from working full time,
De
right?
trabajar a tiempo completo, ¿es correcto? Yes, that's a problem.
And so sometimes you aren't even able to work the full part-time hours.
Todas las horas de parte de tiempo. A veces no puedes cumplir todas las horas a parte de tiempo al día de día.
Sí.
Yes.
Not deferred.
No tengo nada.
I appreciate your argument. He's getting out of here. It's a second. He has bond violations. He's not even doing one lick of jail time. I think that the only way that we can really get through to him is to hit him where it hurts, and that's in the pocketbook. If it's a strain on him, you know, actions have consequences, Mr. Ramirez. And I hope that you really learn from this experience. You know, I hope that you don't kill someone out there. My real fear is that, yeah, we've got 2 here. How many has it been in reality?
Tienes dos aquí. En realidad,
How many times have you skirted to where there's not been an accident? Why don't you watch the news? Every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's a sick, disgusting fact.
oh,
I've asked you not to use, and you still allegedly use while you're on bond in this court. I just,
en esta parte.
so I have to get your attention. I hope that this is it.
Sí.
I hope that jail time is not it. But like I said, you're under no tolerance. One positive alcohol event. Doesn't matter who you have in front of me. A motion to revoke will be filed. And it's probably not going to go well.
No le va a ir muy bien.
Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende? Yes.
We give you sufficient time to pay. So around about, it'll be about $140 something a month. So if you need more time to pay, we can always give you more time, give you 3 years if you need to pay.
¿Ves? En mis papás.
My main concern is that you don't drink and that you, above all else, don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol. Thanks, counsel.
Mr. Renteria, I was disappointed in this case today. So I know this is an older case, Your Honor, so whatever date works best with your calendar.
Doesn't matter to me. It's from 2021.
Yes, sir.
So do you have discovery complete on Renteria?
I believe so, Your Honor. We had everything at one time. We're gonna I'll have to get with our admin on that and make sure that we have all the videos in view.
Okay.
The only thing we're missing on that, Your Honor, I did want to reach out and complete a new recall. For that one.
Yeah, good luck. It's daughter, so hopefully shouldn't be too difficult, but, so let's do this. Let's do 2 weeks just to make sure you have everything. I'm going to waive his appearance for the next one. Once we come back, assuming you have everything, I'm going to give you 30 days at that point. And then after that, it'll be a clear trial. Okay? I've already told him what's going to happen if he takes off again, so that he knows. Let's just be done with this once and for all. And then, yeah. Okay. Mr. Renteria, I've given you now a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Alan. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you, if you start ducking and dodging, it's just not going to go well for you. And the next time you take off, the bond is going to go into just, you understand?
I understand.
I'm not asking much, man. I just want you to show up. And don't be a danger to my county. Okay? All right, Alan.
Thank you, sir. Also, I have Mr. Chauvin. We're going to plead this as soon as the plea paperwork is ready. He's going to sign it, and then we'd like to approach the plea real quick.
So he just pled to a felony case upstairs, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. We did ask, Your Honor, if they would consider dismissal down here.
One was before the felony, Your Honor, and one was
with as many as there, so they did what?
Time served on one theft, dismissed the other.
They reduced it from a 3rd degree to a,
Over upstairs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Gaskin.
Good morning, sir.
Charged with 2 counts of theft. Looks like you have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss one of those thefts in exchange for your plea on the other one. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
It is 24 days in jail with credit for the 8 days that you have already done.
Okay.
You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You need to understand also that if you ever pick up another theft, no matter what it is, if it's a pack of gum, you will be facing a felony charge of a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And if you've been to prison before, they're just going to enhance you until the day is long for a pack of gum.
Yes, sir.
Case of beer. You understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no changing this.
Yes, sir.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir. I agree to it.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
I plead guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chauvin, you're charged with resisting arrest. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you also have another case as well, a criminal trespass. I'm assuming, Alan, that was going to be dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Is this how you understand the agreement? It is 12 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you have done. So that means that you've satisfied the time. The only problem is this is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up your right to appeal. Do you understand? This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the office of resisting arrest? Guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty. I'm going to send you to it. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Alan. We'll have you see the clerk. Hey, come on up.
So I'm approaching on something that's off docket. I was here on Monday about it.
Okay, what's your question?
It's 2510412, Jennifer Griffin. So we're in here on Monday and I told you that she said she didn't get any notice of her court appearance to be here. And I thought that presumptively that would be false, but actually the documentation kind of bears that out. Her situation is a little weird. She was detained on a C misdemeanor in Fort Bend, and they took her in because they saw there was a 2B warrant for her, right? So she was in Fort Bend County awaiting transfer to Harris County, and that her bond company bonded her out. She lives in Alabama. So that happened on March 7th, and then Harris County sent by mail a summons on April 7th. And that summons did not reach her house until April 14th, 6 hours after we were scheduled to be here. So she really had not received any notice that she was supposed to be in court. So 6 hours after she was supposed to be in court. Does that make sense, Judge? I actually looked up on their certified mail the tracking number, and it verifies it. That
See, you posted on
Oh, so
April,
I have.
I'm sorry, March 7th is when she posted bond.
And if you look at the summons here, it's dated April 7th, right? And it has a certified mail attached to it. April 14th is when it says to appear on April 14th, but it was.
They mailed it 4/7.
Yes, and I followed the tracking number on the certified mail and then, What?
So when did it get to her?
It said it got to her at 3:15 on April 14th, that she was supposed to be here at 8:30, so she actually didn't.
Okay.
So now her problem is she's a mother of two and she can't get here by Thursday because she lives in Alabama. She said she can make it by
tomorrow.
What's that?
By tomorrow.
By tomorrow? No, yeah, she can't get here by tomorrow because.
On for Monday?
She said she could do it by next Thursday, if that's okay. She's living in Alabama and she's trying to find arrangements.
So SFBF for Thursday, but let her know if she doesn't appear, then I'm going to alert.
You got it, Judge. She will absolutely appear that day. Thank you, Judge.
You know, my gentleman that you gave him 10 days confinement, Oh, no, excuse me, 10 days jail. Would you consider home confinement on that? And the reason I ask is he has a 7-month-old baby and he takes care of his mother as well.
I don't know. I gotta think about it. I've already said no once. I don't know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the state's position is on it, you know. This is the one, there was a sexual assault that was reduced to the.
Oh, to an indecent
assault. And then
Yeah, I need to reach out to
he's like out.
I can reach out to Gabe. I don't want to, that, I don't want to step.
Right.
Is it appropriate? You know?
I think if you knew the full set of facts, because you only heard one side, I think you would consider it.
Then I would like to know it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's appropriate, you know?
Right.
I mean, if you want me to seriously consider it, I would need to know why.
Okay.
Why would we do that? You know, because I have someone who's saying it happens, who's mad at the state for reducing it, you know, who didn't want it, wanted to put him to trial, and, you know, it just came and like kind of bit us all of a sudden, you know? So I don't know.
And that was all new, because in speaking with Gabe, I think everything was already set, that she was on board for that or whatever. And the stuff.
She was on board for the deferred.
As far as I understood, yeah, because that's why they had put it down. Because what had happened is that, just a quick brief facts, is that they were dating relationship and she was the hairdresser. They went out on a date, everything went well. They went out on this particular date. She goes to his house. She's already on deferred for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
No kidding.
Yes. So she's got criminal history. So they drive her car to a bar, Astros game, drink, comes back to his house, and mom and sister live with him. So she stays the night. She gets undressed, leaves her panties on, gets into bed, and then she admits to kissing, she admits to fondling, and then it's just at the moment of truth, did she really say no? Now, she told you that she was going in and out of consciousness and was assaulted 3 times. She never said that. Even in the forensic interview, she never mentioned that happening. And she did not allege multiple times. She just alleged once. In the morning, she wakes up, she waves bye to mom and sister. They drive back. He drives her car back to her house. They have breakfast at her house and watch TV all day. And then he goes home. And then later that night, she calls 911.
So let's you know, bring Gabe. Let's talk about it, and then we'll see. I mean, I'm not unopposed. You know.
Yeah, and then the same expert was going to testify that he could not be excluded, but
tell me there could be potential others. Wow. Yeah, let's talk to Gabe. Bring him by.
I can reach out to him, Judge.
Bring him by, not today, it's too late today, but bring him by perhaps tomorrow or Monday. There's no rush. I mean, I don't know, when is he set to go in?
it's Friday. No, I have to check.
They're still taking people in on Fridays, yeah.
Even on Good Friday?
Yeah, they're 24
Oh, he's set to go in
hours.
this Friday. Then we gotta talk tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, I'll be here too.
Okay, just let Gabe know.
I'll send him an email, see what he says.
Okay.
And he may just say no, and then I'll just let him know. We don't have
Show
to
me
do
whatever
anything.
you have so I can see, you know,
Okay.
let's see.
And if he wants to approach and he wants to just give me everything he's got, like I can do that too. So whatever works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
Joe, for sure.
What makes this courtroom remarkable is that Judge is doing something most judges do not. He is treating the courtroom as both a court of law and a second chance office. He offers free GED programs, promises to seal records, and lectures young defendants about professionalism and self-control. This reflects a real and growing movement in American courts called problem-solving justice, where the goal shifts from purely punishing behavior to actually changing it. The big question American society is still debating is simple. Should a judge's job end at the verdict, or does it extend to the life that follows?
For sure. You are on for a case and you've now picked up a new case. You now stand charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor, on April 3rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officer observed a vehicle fail to signal, turn into a private driveway, and initiated a traffic stop. Upon approaching the vehicle, the defendant, who was sitting in the passenger seat, could not roll down the window, and the defendant and the driver were detained for officer safety due to this issue. When the vehicle door was opened, the law enforcement officer observed the strong odor of marijuana and carried out a probable cause search. Law enforcement officer located marijuana on the front passenger floorboard in a pocket satchel where the defendant was sitting. The defendant admitted to the marijuana being his. Law enforcement officer also found a large amount of small baggies of marijuana, a small scale in the driver door pocket, and a vacuum seal bag in the back seat with marijuana shake in it. The total weight of the marijuana found was 4.91 grams.
Mr. Diaz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I am now revoking your bond on the first case. I told you not to pick up any new case. You've now picked up a new case. It goes with you.
Sir, can I speak?
I'm gonna get you a lawyer. Don't worry.
Going to work and I was even trying to do shit.
Don't pick up new cases. Sir.
Come on.
Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to you. Please.
On April 4, 2025, in Coach County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call and made contact with the law enforcement officer who stated that he observed the defendant going through a parking garage at Hobby Airport looking into parked cars. The law enforcement officer recognized the defendant as someone who had been trespassed from the airport previously. The defendant did not have a ticket for a flight out of the airport. The prior trespass at the airport was on November 17, 2024, and was charged in Court 12, Your Honor.
Dismissed.
Okay. Mr. Bloomer, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Just don't go back to this place, man. It's not hard. You know?
I go there and I catch my trips and I buy my food, but those people are so crazy. They keep harassing.
They don't want you there, man. Every time you go there, you're going to get arrested.
Don't do nothing. Why am I not able to go there?
They don't want you to go there.
That's where I catch my flights.
They still have the right to say, we don't want you there. So don't go there. If you have a flight, that's a different story. But if you don't have an actual flight, just don't go there.
But I'm freely able to come there. Why would somebody tell me I'm not able to come to a public business that I've always been able to come to since a long time ago?
Because if you don't have business there,
I always have business there. I'm not there just going there. I always have business there. I either catch the bus, I go to the food court, or I catch a flight.
Mr. Bloomer, I'm asking you not to go back. There are plenty of other places that you can go to get food, water, clothes, whatever you need.
Okay, and I'm fine with that, but I'm asking, why am I saying that I can't go there?
Because they've trespassed you there before.
And it was dismissed. It was no fault.
Listen to me for just 2 seconds. They've trespassed you before, so you know that they don't want you there, number one. Number two, they're saying that you're allegedly looking into cars to potentially breaking into them.
No, sir.
I get it. That's why you're not charged with it.
I don't even steal out here. I'm the only guy that spends money some days out here. I've spent more than $1 million in Houston, Texas. I have no reason to steal from anyone. But if you want to take anything you want, I don't steal anything. All my clothes are brand new. Everything I buy is brand new. I have no reason to steal. I catch flights, everything. I've never stolen anything out here in my life. Now, those people, they keep harassing me. That's what I'm telling you. I catch my flights there. I already have a case dismissed there. They will not leave me alone. If I come there and I catch my flight and I sit down, wait for my flight, they'll even walk up to me, watching me on the camera, like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, yeah, I'm just catching my flight. And they're like, okay, cool, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Or then they'll just walk up to me and they'll be like, hey, what are you doing here? I just came from the food court. I'm getting ready to catch my flight. Well, you got to catch your flight right now. If you don't pay for it right now, then you have to leave now. I'm like, why are you going to force me to hurry up and pay? I'm going to pay it right now. I just went and bought my food at the food court. I'm never doing anything there. I'm not a troublemaker here, and I don't need anyone making me seem like a troublemaker. I'm a college student, and I started college at 16, sir.
Please don't go back while this case is over.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm asking you to do.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
After the case is done, if you have a flight, then by all means. But I'm going to tell you now,
so
every time you go back, the same thing is probably going to happen.
Yes, sir.
So I'm saying either go to the other airport, there's 2 other ones that you can go to, or find another way.
Thank you so much.
Every time you go there, the same thing is going to happen.
Yes, sir.
So why let it happen?
Yes, sir. I just didn't know. The only reason why I went back the second time is because the first time.
No. I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. Don't.
Yes, sir.
I will give you a lawyer now. You can talk to the lawyer and we can figure out where to go from here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have bond conditions created just for you to sign, promising us you're not gonna go back. And after that, I'll let you talk to the lawyer and then you guys figure out how we go from here. Just don't go back.
Okay, thank
You know, there's so many other places in the world that you can go to. If you go back, this is gonna continue to happen.
Yes,
I
sir.
know you have better stuff to do than to come here.
Yes, sir.
You know, I do too. They forced me to come. All right, ready? That way.
Thank you.
Here you are. Paying all these $10,000 bonds here, $5,000 bonds here, and here you come in wearing a Louis Vuitton jersey? Really? Really? After all the money the county has spent on representation for you, you're coming in here with a Louis Vuitton jersey? Oh, this is wonderful. Have we done a TRAS?
So he has a prior TRAS, but I think it may have expired and we'll need to.
And the prior one recommended like that. But you're.
One way or the other, it's going to stop. All I'm asking you to do is be clean. That's all. It's got to happen one way or the other. Do you understand, Mr. Hunter? You now stand charged with, again, with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't tell people it was dismissed. It's not dismissed. It's if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. For you to complete this successfully, you must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, and a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Forfeiture of the weapon, no drugs, no alcohol, 40 hours of community service instead of the community service. If you do a parenting class, I will consider the 40 hours of community service waived.
She does
I would like the TRAS done pretty quick. Like, okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Since he's here, it's probably the best thing to do. Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You are stuck with this until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Hunter, that I can hold you for up to 3 years. We will do everything in our power to ensure that you get clean and remain clean. Do you understand? You hear me? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold that for 12 months. We're going to send you now for a TRAS. You can come back. We'll see what it says and we'll go from there. Okay.
Judge, without going too far into attorney-client communications, I have admonished Mr. Hunter that if he violates any term of the deferred, that the state can start a motion to adjudicate where he would have a hearing in front of you, and you can sentence him up to the year in the Harris County jail.
If you violate this agreement, glad you said that because I forgot to say that. If you violate this agreement by not doing what you're supposed to be doing, by testing positive, picking up a new case, having a gun, a warrant will be issued because we will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. And if they prove it to me, you are facing a year in jail. Do you understand? But me, I'm not interested in jail. I'm interested in having you be clean. And we will do that however it can happen. If you're able to do it on the outside, wonderful. If you're not able to do it on the outside, we have facilities available for you at no cost to you. Do you understand? Now is the time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Come on up, Mr. Sandwick, rolling up here in shorts, like he's going to the beach.
No, I just. How you doing, sir?
This is not your first rodeo in the courthouse.
It's been a while since I've been in there, so. Well,
Don't come to court in shorts again, otherwise I will put you out.
yes, sir. I
Understand?
apologize. Yes,
It's
sir.
a complete sign of disrespect. There's a certain dress code that we have here. You now stand charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Now, ask who the accuser is.
Stop.
Okay, sir.
Didn't ask you to say anything. We're going to do probable cause. I need to know what happened in this case.
All right.
On November 10th, 2024, at approximately 6:19 p.m., a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call at Halcyon Games in Orange County, Texas. Law enforcement officer made contact with the complaining witness, the store manager. Complaining witness called police regarding the defendant who came to the store and attempted to sell a previously stolen item from the same store. The manager could not prove the item brought to the store was the actual item attempted to sell. Complaining witness called the law enforcement officer and the on their arrival. Approximately 2 p.m., the complaining witness, who she met this video, the defendant inside the store and appeared to be shopping. The defendant then took and concealed 2 MTG booster boxes inside a shoulder bag on the defendant's person. The defendant passed all points of sale without showing any intention to pay for the items. The total value of the items was $599.99. This was from a game store owner, Halcyon Games.
Mr. Sandwick, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you go back to this place, if I find that you pick up a new case, if you miss court again, a warrant will issue. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're going to give you time. So I will have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. So we'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go.
Thank you, sir. I apologize for the short.
That's all right. Just please. Wait. Can you file this condition, please?
Yes, sir.
You are Mr. Coombs.
Coombs.
Yes. Mr. Coombs, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the law enforcement officer saw a truck fail to signal a left turn and drive on the wrong side of the road. Law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant. Law enforcement officer observed signs of intoxication and called for a second law enforcement officer to conduct a DWI. That law enforcement officer observed red, watery, bloodshot eyes, strong odor of alcohol, poor balance, slow speech. The law enforcement officer placed the defendant in custody and searched the defendant's vehicle, revealing a phone cup.
Can you repeat that?
Such as.
The law enforcement officer placed the defendant in custody and a search of the defendant's vehicle revealed a phone cup and alcoholic beverages. Standardized field sobriety tests were conducted, and the law enforcement officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the ISGN test, 4 out of 8 on the walk to and 4 on the leg stand. The defendant refused to provide specimens, and blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Since 2017, DWI, assault, late last year evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and now another DWI. If you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail, what happens? Mr. Coombs.
They will deport me.
Right. I don't know what I need to do to keep my streets safe, but if I find that you, one iota, do anything to break these bond conditions, I'm going to make your bond so high you will have hair falling out. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende?
I would figure that it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you drive.
Alcohol.
I am now taking away your privilege to drive, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I will blow a gasket. I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive, you can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Entiende. I understand.
Not to
Se le
consume
ordena que no consuma
illegal drugs.
o drogas.
On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew because I do not want you out in the middle of the night. And if I find that, like I said, any of these conditions are broken, into jail you will go with a bond that will hit the nubes.
I understand.
I am sending notice to DPS now that I am placing a restriction on you that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Every single officer in this state will know that if you get pulled over and you don't have an interlock, into jail you will go. Because the document we're sending now to DPS notifies every officer that you're not allowed to drive without an ignition interlock in the car. Do you understand?
I understand.
The worst possible thing you can do in the short life that we have, Mr. Coombs, is get into a car and drive.
Un carro y manejar. I understand.
Judge, what was the curfew?
9 to 6.
8.
You're ordered not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you test positive for drugs, alcohol, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Newling. If he tells me that he cannot get a hold of you, if you pick up a new case, if you become a danger to my city, you know what happens. Do you understand?
Lo entiende. I understand.
Morning, fellas.
Good morning.
And you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, goodness. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, possession of marijuana, and harassment of a public servant. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000. Are you high right now?
What? What'd you say?
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, ma'am. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On April 6, 2025, a traffic stop was conducted for the defense vehicle failing to maintain a single lane, following too closely. The defendant captured a pit stop at a flashing red light intersection. The officer, on contact with the defendant, the officer observed the driver and passenger to make further movements towards the standing motor vehicle. The defendant was identified by extra driver's license. The officer observed slurred speech and bloodshot watery eyes. The odor of alcoholic beverage was emitting from the defendant's breath, and the strong of marijuana was being. The defendant admitted to having marijuana in the vehicle, and the officer located a leafy substance in the console of the vehicle upon probable cause. The officer also observed an open beer in the motor vehicle, and another Ziploc bag with large amounts of marijuana. The officer also observed a Ziploc bag of narcotic mushrooms and a scale with marijuana residue on the surface located next to a large stack of other Ziploc bags. The defendant had $274 in cash. The defendant claimed ownership of the narcotics in the bag as well, and admitted that the items were marijuana and
Psilocybin.
Excuse
The
me.
mushrooms.
Yes, sir. The defendant stated that she drank one margarita and that she also smoked marijuana. Certain sobriety tests were conducted, and the officer observed 4 to 6 clues on the HGN. 4 out of 8 on the walking turn, and 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused to provide blood specimen. Search warrant was obtained. The defendant flailed and resisted during the blood draw. The defendant continued to flail and spit on officers and was eventually transferred to a hospital. Blood draw was unsuccessful due to the defendant flailing. Finally, there was another attempt and the blood draw was successful.
Ms. Salas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it, because if you don't, and it becomes a problem, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm sending you for a test right now, and you're to come right back. Do you understand? If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, a warrant will issue. Do you understand?
So you want me to take a test right now?
Right
Yeah.
now.
It's not gonna come out clean.
I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. Come back, and then we'll talk further. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today, but take the test, come back. You understand?
Okay.
You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand? If you use after today, it's not going to go well. As far as the marijuana is concerned, I'm going to test you like 50 days from today to ensure there's enough time for it to pass. If you continue to test positive, do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm giving you the opportunity now to stop on your own. If you're unable to, that's when things will go sideways real quick. Does she have a valid license? And then any prior DWIs as well?
It's a true first and her license is valid.
Okay. All right. So for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Ramona. I'm going to have you get with Felicia, and I'll see you in about half an hour.
Okay.
Please. You know, pills are a complete curse on our nation, because depending on what you're taking, they become so powerful, the addiction, that for you to get off, when you try to get off by yourself, you'll convulse, seize, you can have a heart attack. Not only that, you build up a tolerance and you keep taking, you keep taking, you keep taking. At some point, you will put your lungs to sleep and you die. It happens every single hour in this nation.
Yeah.
I don't want you to use. If I find that you're using, then I'm going to put you in jail and you're just going to stay with me. It's going to happen one way or the other. I don't want you to use, and I'm going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using. Do you understand?
What if I get it medically? Like a prescription? Yeah, like a prescription.
That can still be abused. And if you're going to pill mills to just shop for prescriptions, I have a problem with that as well. Just because the last thing I want, there's an accident in this case, right?
Like a car accident?
The last thing I want is another death on the street and something major to happen. So I don't want you to use. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Did we put a scram on her ankle, right? Yeah. That device is going to tell me if you're consuming alcohol at any time. Do not put anything in your body that has alcohol in it. NyQuil, cakes, candies, foods.
I took Mucinex before coming, and I'm sick right now. So I do nasal spray.
Okay.
They told me that.
Before you put anything in your body, read the instructions to ensure that there's no alcohol in it. I have everybody and their mom telling me here, well, I took NyQuil. I took this. It doesn't matter. You're not to use anything that has alcohol in it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't use anything unless you have a valid prescription. And then I don't want you to abuse it, even if you do get one. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with her. Again, I'm going to test you 50 days from today. If you're still testing positive for weed, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
I had another question. Whenever I went to.
Hold on. No. Ask your lawyer. I don't want you to, I've got a bunch of DAs here and I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. So ask the lawyer first. She can always come up to me and then we can talk. Don't just start asking things here.
I'm like, no, it was just about the court date. It was about the court date.
Caramba la bamba.
I'm like,
You can pick whatever day you want. I don't care.
okay, okay. I'll talk to you about that then. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay, all right.
Okay. You didn't do anything until you sent her.
Okay, so yeah, I want to scram on her ankle and I want her to test weekly so that we know she's not using.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
I wanted to talk to you about that too.
Okay.
I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money.
No,
It's about you not using and staying out of trouble.
I don't have no right or card. She gonna like
Monday, Thursday?
Yeah.
Or just?
Just one time a week, random. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
If as fast as we can get it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
today my dad's here, but that's for today.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Miss Ellis.
Be excused, Judge.
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Lopez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On March 26, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a crash on Antoine Drive, Orange County, Texas. The officer learned that an unknown party called 911 at the time of the crash. And was informed by another officer who arrived on scene that the defendant being treated by ambulance. The officer informed the other officer that the defendant had already been transported to receive medical care. After spoke with the will witness, who stated that the defendant was assaulted and struck the witness's vehicle with possible damage. The will witness stated they observed strong odor of alcoholic beverage from the defendant, and the will witness got in contact with him. The witness stated that the defendant was still in the driver's seat at the time of their interaction, and that it was clear that the defendant was intoxicated. The witness reported that the defendant had slurred speech, was incoherent, and not making sense. The police stated to the witness, "I don't know what happened." The witness reported the defendant being called, the defendant cell phone crash, and immediately after that call, the defendant grabbed a bottle of vodka and consumed the entire thing in front of the will witness.
What?
Yes, Sherman. That's what I happened.
She took a bottle of vodka and consumed an entire bottle of vodka in front of the will witness?
That's what I have here. The will witness noted that the defendant drank the alcohol bottle as if the defendant was drinking water.
Just when you think you've heard it all, man. I mean, really.
The officer observed an empty bottle of toxic vodka, and then went to the hospital to make contact with the defendant. The officer observed the strong odor of alcohol beverage from the defendant, observed the defendant have slurred speech and glossy eye. The officer read the DIC form for the defendant when the defendant became coherent, and they proceeded to a breath test and blood test. The hospital discharged the defendant, and the defendant was transported to the Drug Processing Center, but was unable to perform the state arrest for sobriety test due to the defendant's failure to follow instructions and to keep the defendant's and the inability of the defendant to keep her head up. The officer took the defendant's failure to follow instructions as a refusal. The officer was unable to get the defendant to stand upright to perform HDN, and due to the physical conditions, the officer did not ask the defendant to perform walking chair or do a stand. The officer concluded, the officer offered the opportunity to provide breath and blood. The defendant declined to provide breath or blood, and the officer proceeded with a residual search warrant for the defendant's blood. The officer was advised, the officer was advised the blood would be ready in 2 to 3 days. The officer noted that that's all I have.
Do you have blood back? Or no?
I do not. I'm not sure if that in the is referring to. The warrant was presented to the hospital, Your Honor, and a nurse advised that it was like it's been ready for two cases. The officer.
Do you have any pride to advise?
There was one in Caldwell County that was dismissed, Your Honor.
License?
License being. No?
This is who, Judge?
It's not on docket. I have to give you a case number. You ready? 255-7402.
Thank you.
If you speak English, right?
Yes.
If you have a problem with alcohol or drugs, now is the time for you to address it. Because stop. There's nothing that you can say at this moment. I'm warning you now, because this is the only one that you're going to get. I will do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. I don't care who you are, what color you are, if you're a small farm animal. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now is the time for you to try to get any help if you need help, because I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is what they're telling me. And if that's in fact true, now is the time for you to address it. I am going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol at any time. I will not entertain any excuses like it's mouthwash, it's a tequila lollipop, hair dye. I've heard it all, and excuses mean nothing to me. If you consume, it's not going to go well. Because of I don't want you in the car driving. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, it's really not going to go well for you. I am putting now a restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught, and I'm sending this notice to DPS, so everybody, every officer in this state knows, if they pull you over and they don't see an interlock, they will take you to jail. Do you understand? And then you and I will have problems. Just don't.
Judge, this is Carla Lopez first,
Yes, ma'am.
and then you said no driving?
Correct.
Thank you.
And then a scram, please.
Yes, Judge.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am? We will give you an application. You missed court once. A warrant is now in effect for you because you missed court the first time. I will reinstate your bond now, but this is the only get out of jail free card that you get. If you miss court again, you violate any of these conditions, you will stay with me. And I don't know who you have in this life, but if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you will be stuck like Chuck until this case is over. Do you understand? All right, come up. We'll have you sign this. I need you to fill an application. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application, and we'll go from there. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, you are Saeed. Is it Saeed?
Saeed, yeah.
Saeed. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers observed the defense vehicle going 105 miles an hour on the Northwest Freeway in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. The traffic stop was initiated, and the officer observed the defendant to be the driver and the sole occupant. The defendant was identified by a German identification card. Officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage from the defendant. The defendant stated he would not answer questions and would not perform standardized fit sobriety tests. A breath test was refused, and the officer observed 3 empty beer bottles and an empty bottle of wine in the transported vehicle. A blood warrant was obtained, and a blood draw was executed.
Are you trying to tell me that he's consuming while driving?
And just have a moment, Your Honor. Did not specify, Your Honor.
Regardless, Mr. Saeed, you are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license to drive. You understand? All I heard here was a German identification card. If you do not have a license to drive and liability insurance in your name, then you're not allowed to drive, and that is a condition of your bond. If I find that you violate these conditions, then I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, into jail you will go. No more PR bonds.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission, if your paperwork is not done the right way and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with, which could be 6 months, and then you get shipped off to immigration. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, Your Honor, I'm not allowed to work right now.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, how you get money, how kind of cars you have, property, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs. I'll take a look to see whether they qualify, and then we'll go from there. We'll have you give you an application. I'll have you sign a reset with Ramona, and then we'll have you take your signature box.
You said no driving?
Unless, does he have any kind of?
From what I have, Your Honor, he does not have a license.
I do have a license.
Without insurance?
With the no driving without a valid license and insurance. Okay, all right. To qualify, you have to be at the poverty threshold to qualify. If you make the kind of money that you make, you don't qualify. This life is not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you spend. Spend too much and you get into a hole, we can't foot the bill for the taxpayers,
Yes, Your Honor.
Make good money, which is great, right?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my wife.
Stop. I don't want you to say anything. So we're going to give you time. There's a gajillion and one lawyers out there. It's about you finding the one. It's like buying a car. You don't go, when you're starting off in life, you don't go buy a Lamborghini or a Bentley or a Ferrari. You go to Toyota, Honda, and lawyers, 99% of them will put you on a payment plan as you go. You have to negotiate with them. Don't take them at first blush. There's literally a gajillion and one lawyer, criminal defense lawyers out there. So if you don't find one or one's not willing to negotiate, go to the next one, because there's tons of them out there. Okay? All right. We're going to give you 30 days. Don't wait. There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. So don't sit there and, I'm going to wait until 29 days to start looking. You're only hurting yourself. Okay? Okay. Good luck. Oh, I would also probably look for the immigration as well, if you're not a citizen of this country. Okay. Thank you. Good luck. Good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What you're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched in reference to a minor accident call. An officer contacted the defendant who was standing next to his motor vehicle when the officer arrived. The defendant stated he drank a total of 5 beers that day. The defendant stated he last drank 30 minutes before the accident. Strong odor of an alcoholic beverage was emitting from the vehicle, and the defendant was transported to the hospital to treat injuries. The defendant was stated he was scared to blow and failed the test. DSC was read, and the defendant eventually submitted to the breath test and blew .091.
So there's an accident.
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess they took him to the hospital. They didn't do field to ride tests. It just.
Yes, Your Honor. Just at the moment, I'm trying to clarify here in the DEMS.
Don't. Please.
An accident, the officers find the defendant standing outside of the truck.
Alone?
So, Your Honor. And then stated he was following someone and looking at his GPS because he wasn't familiar with the area and was unaware that cars were parked on the side of the street. The defendant said that he had been drinking throughout the day. Total of 5 beers, and the last one was 30 minutes prior. Officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverages from the vehicle. EMS was called to the scene because the defendant had a gash on his chin. He was then transported to the hospital to be checked out. After being released from the hospital, the officers asked him to consent to a breath test, and And the defendant said he was scared to blow because he knows he just finished a beer and knew he was going to fail the test. The defendant then agreed to blowing once they got to JPC, and the defendant.
So they took him directly from the hospital to the JPC?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you guard DWIs and a license, please?
Yes, sir.
It's a true first and the license is eligible.
Great. Unless you have liability insurance in your name as well, you're not allowed to drive. You understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
I'm not sure yet. I can make a phone call and see if he'll take my case. If not, I'm going to need a court appointment.
Look, I can give you time. Just, time is of the essence. This is the DWI, so don't sit there and wait a month, 2 months, because you're only hurting yourself.
I can go make the phone call right now.
No. Don't do anything. I will give you time. You don't need to run out, rush now, but I'm saying don't sit there, wait a week or two, because you're only hurting yourself. So, what I can have you do is sign a reset with Ramona. I'll have you get Felicia for your bond conditions. After that, you're free to go. Don't use. Do you understand?
Yeah, so if I understand, you're just going to reset it and that's going to give me time to either get a lawyer or y'all going to appoint one?
Right, so.
I'll have to come back and do the same thing I'm doing now?
Have trouble, come back in the next setting and then we can talk.
Come back in the next
reset date, yeah.
Okay, so I will have to come
We're
back
gonna
to
give you
court.
30 days from today. So we're gonna give you a lot of time. If you still have issues, come back and we can
I
talk.
was just kind of hoping I'd have to come back to court.
I wish I had hair. That ain't gonna happen. Well, maybe I get an implant.
Come on.
Good morning, Mr. Valerio.
Come on now.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one.
On April 6, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer received a call to assist at the department regarding a driver passed out in a drive-thru of a Burger King restaurant. The firefighter told the officer he saw the defendant passed out behind the wheel, the engine still running, and the key in the ignition. Firefighter woke the driver up, and eventually the officer came on scene. He identified the defendant by his Texas driver's license. The officer noticed the strong odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance from the defendant. The defendant also appeared confused. The defendant stated he left Bango's bar, and where he had one Corona beer. The officer conducted standardized first sobriety test, where he witnessed 6 out of 6 clues on the HDN test, 6 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and then read the DIC form. The defendant refused. A blood warrant was signed and blood draws.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Do you have any prior DWIs and a license?
And the license is eligible.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive unless you also have valid liability insurance in your name. That is a condition of your bond as well. Do you understand? No alcohol, no illegal drugs. Do not pick up any new cases, otherwise you will go back to jail. I'll have you sign a reset with Ramona. We'll have you get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Guys, this was Snowden.
Good morning, Mr. Carlton. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a person down call and made contact with a little witness, a law enforcement officer who stated that they found the defendant asleep behind the wheel of the vehicle that had rolled onto the median of the road. The vehicle was running but not moving when they found the vehicle. The well witness woke the defendant up and placed the defendant in the back of their patrol car. I should specify the well witness was the law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, who was slurring his words and had dilated pupils. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 beers at a restaurant, and the defendant was presented with a DIC form but refused to sign it. Standardized sobriety test were later conducted, and the law enforcement officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HDN, 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and 0 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant eventually consented to a breath test and blew .063 and .064.
Mr. Carlton, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you see if he has any prior DWIs? And then if he has a valid license, please.
Yes. His license is not eligible, Your Honor, and no prior DWI.
Okay. You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what you have to do in this life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to say 50 kids, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise you're going to make to me. You can't justify getting into a car for any reason. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You could be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Carlton? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you time to go hire a lawyer. I will have you first come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Ramona where we will have you sign a reset. You will get with Felicia for your bond condition where you promise us you're not going to use.
Sure.
Don't pick up any new cases. Don't be a danger to my city. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay, come on. Speak English, sir.
Yes, English.
Mr. Castro, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 3rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer reviewed information about a pre-takeover event and went to the location that was put on social media. The law enforcement officers conducted surveillance on the location and an unmarked vehicle and witnessed a vehicle making donuts and get within close proximity of several parked occupied vehicles. Law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle and detained the defendant, the driver of the vehicle making donuts.
Any prior reckless driving cases, and then can you see if he has a license, please?
There are no prior reckless driving cases, Judge. There was a DWI and the debating feed by Hidalgo County. Just
At Hidalgo? Okay. Anything else?
And driver.
Okay. Mr. Castro, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now not to participate in this activity anymore or drive recklessly, maniacally. If I find that you do, the first thing I'm going to do is put you in jail. And the next thing is I will take your ability to drive away from you while this case is open. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Not only that, people who participate in these types of activities, cops and DA's office can seize and take your car away from you permanently. And I've seen it happen on multiple occasions where people lose their $100,000 car because they... Do you understand?
So,
put bond conditions, no donuts, street takeovers, reckless driving, racing, etc. Please. Mr. Castro, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
yes.
We're going to give you time. So I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign the bond conditions. After that, we'll let you go. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Judge, I apologize. Did you say no driving or just no reckless?
No reckless driving, donuts, street takeovers, racing, and all of that. Is it Taishika Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. But you're right to remain present if you cannot afford one.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. On March 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. The officer met with the complaining witness who stated that the defendant is from roommate. The complaining witness stated they got into an argument over a broom and the defendant struck her on the head with the broom, causing pain. The officer observed a raised bump on the complaining witness's head that was starting to become discolored.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this complaining witness. You're also ordered not to be in possession of weapons. If you violate this order, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
No, sorry.
There's a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, they can file additional charges against you, a violation of the protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. So don't violate the protective order.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay. I can appoint you a lawyer or I can have you fill out an application. Let me see if you filled one out first. Hold on. I have an application on file already. I have it on file. So what I can do is I can appoint you a lawyer today. We're going to create bond conditions for you. Do not leave until you sign those bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant. The bond conditions, no contact, no weapons.
Okay.
All right. For now, I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset, and then we'll have you take your seat in the jury box.
Okay.
Nearly every case in this session involved driving while intoxicated. Many of them first offenses receiving little to no jail time, just bond conditions and monitoring. Studies consistently show that the average drunk driver has driven impaired over 80 times before their first arrest. Given what we saw today, defendants admitting to drinking, crashing, and still driving, do you believe America's current approach of probation and monitoring is tough enough? Or should first offense DW, I carry mandatory jail time as a stronger deterrent?
Okay.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Gomez. So he's got two cases, right? The trespass and the DWI?
Getting a time served to the DWI, they're dismissing the criminal trespass.
Now, if I'm correct, you're on felony probation in another county, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it?
It's Bear County Judge's aggravated robbery.
You're looking at 20 years in prison, not only that, it's a 3G offense, meaning that if they revoke you and send you to prison, you have to do half the time before you're even eligible for parole. So if they send you to 12, you're doing 6 before you're even eligible. Now you got these two cases. When is it going to register to you that we mean business, that you can't continue like this, unless you want to go to prison, of course. You need to understand that by pleading guilty to these cases here now, they may use this to revoke your probation in Bear County. Do you understand?
Sure.
Now, I don't know if they're going to, but they can. And I'm going to tell you, the more cases that you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of that happening, because they are going to be like, well, this guy just, doesn't take us seriously.
Sure.
You are giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Gomez. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're done with this. You can never come back and change this or undo this. When you're in a car and you're driving and you get pulled over, the first thing an officer does is they look at your criminal history. If they roll up to your car, they look at and they see that you're on probation for an aggravated robbery, you have been charged with a trespass and a DWI, and they come up to you. You think it's going to go well? So I probably wouldn't give them the ammunition from now on. If you want to get lit, don't get into a car. Even if you've had a sip of alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As part of the agreement, it's 20 days in jail on the DWI, 16 days credit, and they're going to dismiss the trespass. Is this how you understand it? You also, I'm going to make a docket notation that I have advised you that by pleading guilty to these offenses, it's possible they will revoke your probation in Bear County. Do you still want to do this, or do you want to wait to see what happens over there?
To do this.
You want to do this?
And he's been in communication with probation over there, Judge. And basically, they gave him the option of either being unsatisfactorily terminated. Is that correct, Mr. Gomez?
Yes, unsuccessful.
Or he can have it extended in an attempt to get it successfully terminated. And so he chose to have it extended to pursue that option.
And they were already aware of these cases, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
How do you plead to the driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you're going to be right back in jail. All right? Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Reyes. Sir, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On April 4th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, an individual notified officers of a motor vehicle stopped on the roadway. The officer observed the vehicle stopped in the intersection between two lanes. A traffic stop was initiated and the officer observed the defendant behind the wheel, leaning over, with his eyes closed. The officer woke up the defendant, and the defendant did not acknowledge the officer's knocking on the motor vehicle, and the motor vehicle began to move. The motor vehicle fled for approximately 2 miles, stopping in front of a residence. The defendant exited the motor vehicle and was handcuffed. The defendant stated he did not see the officer with lights on behind him. The officer observed the defendant come to a complete stop in designated areas to properly use turn signals. The odor of alcoholic beverage was emitting from the defendant's person. The defendant stated he drank 3 to 4 beers. He was identified by sex of driver's license, and on the standardized sobriety test, the officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN, walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. Defendant considered to do a breath test and blew 0.15 and 0.147.
Okay. Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
Eligible.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, you pick up a new case, you become a danger to my city, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. That's also a condition of your bond. You have a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Zaman. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand your conditions?
Yes, sir.
I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. We'll have you get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Please. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 4th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a traffic hazard call. A motor vehicle was stopped on the shoulder of the freeway, slowing down traffic. The officers observed the defendant sitting in the parked motor vehicle, and the defendant admitted to driving the motor vehicle to the location and being its registered owner. The officer detected a mild odor of alcoholic beverage, clear, glossy eyes, and that the defendant was not sitting on. Standardized sobriety tests were conducted, and the officer observed 6 out of 6 scores on the HGN, 1 out of 4 on the one-leg stand, 2 out of 8 on the walk. The defendant refused the breath test initially, and then eventually consented to a breath test. The results of which were 0.118 and 0.12.
So he's just sitting in a parking lot? Does an officer see him at all when?
Sorry, Your Honor. He was stopped on the shoulder of the freeway.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Okay, Mr. Weishuhn, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Does he have a valid license?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Okay. I'm now placing a restriction on your license. I'm now ordering you not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition and a lock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have one, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I don't care what you have to do, where you have to go. If the car doesn't have an interlock, don't drive it. We are sending notice to DPS in Austin so that every single officer in this state knows. So if you get pulled over, they're going to know that you need one. If you don't have one, they're going to take you to jail. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. Because you have a lawyer.
He already has the interlock on the car, Judge.
Great. Okay, so just provide proof to them, or they should be able to look it up, and then we're all happy. Just don't use. You understand? Because you have a lawyer, I'm going to waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but stay in touch with Mr. Bresson. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If you pick up a new case, if you're a danger to my city, if you just, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Please.
Permission to approach you.
Yes, please.
Your Honor, I'm here on Shamar Anderson.
Okay.
So I just wanted to approach on this one. I was talking to the coordinator. It is an older case.
It's 370 days old.
So he doesn't live in Harris County, Your Honor. And so that's what really kind of has led to the delay. So I just got appointed today. I would ask for at least 30 days to be able to review everything.
I mean, I'm not going to, this case is 400. He's taken off on multiple occasions. Is there an offer in this case?
There's a time served, Your Honor.
Is that it?
They haven't talked to the complainant, Your Honor. They haven't called the complainant.
We've not made contact with the complainant, Your Honor.
I'm getting my ass chewed because of all these cases that are so darn old, so no more. So I'll give you guys 2 weeks. You need to get in contact with the complaining witness if it's needed, because I don't know.
It is late.
So you've got 2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor.
So no more. So get on it, and then he's got to be back in 2 weeks, and it's clear trial on that day.
It's plea or trial that day?
Yes. 370 days old. I mean, really. I have to say when at some point. I can't just keep letting it go.
Well, can I ask you this, Your Honor? Since he does live in San Antonio, that is our, can we get 3 weeks?
Come up.
I just want to make sure I don't want to create an issue with him and his travel. So I just want to be clear with the court. I understand. Your Honor.
Literally, Teacher Anderson, you literally bend over backwards to not put people in jail. Your case is nearly 400 days old, and it's time to make a decision on what to do. I'm not going to sit here and play any more games.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks for you guys to meet to decide what you want to do with this case.
Sir.
But at 370 days, that's it. Cases should be resolved at 180 days.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Sir.
So be back here in 2 weeks. Let us know what you want to do. You must meet with them to figure out, look at the evidence, see what's out there, and just make a decision. It's not hard. It's a trespass. It's not a capital case, you know? If it was something serious, then yeah, but I mean, it's a trespass. It's not a capital trespass, you know? Okay. All right, guys.
Your Honor, if I may, this stems from a bond violation report here where there's 2 readings of positive alcohol on his portable device that he currently has, Your Honor. I've discussed this at length with our client, and as you may understand, in our experience, we certainly hate to provide any type of excuse whatsoever when it comes down to this. Discusses with our client, he's adamant that this was stemming from consumption of medication during a period where he was unfortunately under the weather, Judge. And he did send me the pictures of the medications that he consumed. It's Theraflu, Dayquil, the typical over-the-counter medications, Your Honor.
None of that is going to test positive for alcohol. You know?
I've admonished him on this, Judge. I made it abundantly clear this should not be something that, should even come out like this way. This is something that we would graciously ask the court here to consider seriously admonishing our client, Judge, but allowing him to remain on bond. I think we're close to a resolution on this case, Judge, and we're looking to hopefully get this resolved as quickly as possible.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. I've ordered you not to use. We've had pre-trial tell you not to use. And you now have on 2 different occasions tested positive for alcohol. So either you don't care about court orders or you have a problem. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. You were to come back, and it's now late, so we'll have you come back Monday with the results. Do not use.
No.
Do you understand?
Entiende. ¿Lo entiende?
Okay, I'm sending him now, Mario, and then we can regroup on Monday, okay?
That'll work, Your Honor. Thank you.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
You're always come back here Monday, and I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. If you fail to take the test, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
La su arresto. ¿Lo entiende?
You're to come back Monday and then we'll discuss the results. If you fail to come back Monday, likewise, you will be arrested.
Será registrado.
Okay, take a seat for me, sir.
Excuse Your Honor.
Thanks, Mario. See you.
We can judge. Take care.
Hi, Mr. Sweat.
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
What's the word?
Judge, so, he's been cleared now.
Great.
My understanding, well,
Okay.
I do have to advocate for my client, Judge, when he first
I'm
signed
not
up.
gonna begrudge you for advocating for your client. Absolutely not.
A couple things. When he first signed up, I admonished him. We went through the paperwork. We talked about what to expect. He was expecting a pickup date of April 16th. And so all of a sudden, he wasn't cleared medically for some reason. We
Well,
don't.
because he was allegedly coming down, right?
I don't know who makes that determination.
If you're in a state that it's not an appropriate state for transport, he's subject to injury to himself. Transport, it's a huge liability for them. So they want to make sure that you're in the right state of mind for when you do get transported. I mean, it's only logical because the last thing they want is to get sued because they try to take you and you're not in a right condition and something happens, right?
Sure.
Do you know that every time someone comes to transport you from this state to the other, it's $4,000 to $6,000. It's not cheap.
Sure.
Someone has to pay for it, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of times they'll come after you to foot the bill. So I don't know. But regardless, it's a 30 days, right? He's a Michigander.
Correct, Your Honor.
When are they coming?
They said they can be here with up to 10 days, so the reset date is the first, but they should be.
What is it?
The reset date for this case will be the first,
Okay.
3 days, but they probably should be here for that, thanks, about up to 10 days.
Okay. So it's still within the 30, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, it's still within the 30, which is what the statute says. So no one's doing anything to you that would harm your interests in any way. We want to make sure that you can be done in a safe and effective way,
I understand.
So hopefully within the next 10 days.
Hopefully, Judge, yes. Okay.
Okay. He has a pre-signed waiver anyways, right?
Yes, and it was entered on the.
Even if I wanted to give him a bond, I can't.
Judge, the only thing the issue
Signed waiver.
that brings up though is we require him to sign the waiver of formal extradition and everybody signs this.
No. There's a document that I signed ordering
Did Hugh Hunter?
for his to be remanded. There's no real formal document for him to sign. It's a document they filed to me and I signed it for him to go get picked up. So theoretically, there's nothing for him to sign.
What I'm speaking of is the actual waiver of formal extradition proceedings that's signed by him, by
They
you.
probably signed that because they didn't see that there was a pre-signed waiver to begin with, a lot of times.
Right. And that's my only issue. When we're talking about this, there's an expectation that he signs this and he gets 14 days. And this is done on all the cases. This is like the 5th time I've had to explain to somebody, hey, it's 14 days. No, it's not really 14 days and we're up here, but I signed the document, but the document says 14 days and I'm looking silly up here because we're talking about 14 days and all of a sudden it's 30 days.
Get it. But sometimes you're not going to get the document that there's a pre-signed waiver until after the fact as well. It's not that you don't look silly. You just need to advise them, hey, sometimes we documents after the fact. And that's just the way it goes, Not everything is done, 100% every single time.
So there's not an extension on the waiver. It's just, okay.
They have up to 30 days to come get you, right? Because it's a pre-signed waiver. You have already waived extradition. I can't give you a bond, even I thought that you were Mary Poppins.
I was just told that Harris County honors the 14 days.
You can,
Is what I was told.
are you listening to jailhouse lawyers?
No, I actually, remember the last time you said sometimes we don't read the fine print?
I told you, don't listen to other people. When there's a pre-signed waiver, statutorily, it's 30 days. They have to come get you. The 14 days is really 30 days. We do it as a courtesy. So in reality, it's 30 for everyone.
Sure.
We just, because we have so many people in jail, as a courtesy, we give 14 days. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So he's reset to 5-1? Okay, thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
You're the best, Ricardo.
I'm here on this Haas Nava Jr. in ABA.
Okay.
There's a BVR on this case. I've spoken to Mr. Nava about what's going on in his life and everything. So the allegations of the.
Where is Mr. Nava?
He's right here.
Come up.
The allegations are that there was one test where he tested positive for alcohol at a .04 and .05 level, Judge. I've spoken to him and made explicitly clear that there's no tolerance, especially in your court, Your Honor, for any alcohol at all. This is the only positive alcohol test that he's had in the 5 months or so that he's been on bond in your court, Your Honor. He's clean now, has been clean, is not drinking.
Am I supposed to take that for?
No, but if he were to be tested for ETG or anything today, he'll be clean, Your Honor. He's
There
been,
was 18 skip tests between February 24th and March 31st.
sure. So I've also spoken to him about that. I'm trying to see what we can do.
DWI second, I've ordered you not to use. You've skipped 18 tests and now you're testing positive. Am I supposed to just let you go?
I would ask that he be released. He's gotten a new job, Your Honor. So his dad just got his legs amputated, Your Honor. He's been trying to take care of his dad, which is what's been going on in his life. And he's the main caretaker for his father.
These are things you think about when you're on bond for DWI second. We've ordered you not to use. Actually, it's his third DWI because he's had one dismissed. Oh. I don't know what I need to do to get a hold of you. You know, it's unacceptable.
And I've explained this, like I said, I've extolled all of these, these values to him and talked to him about this, especially in the wake of the BVR being issued to him, and how important it is that he can't miss a single blow. And, I'm telling him, and I have told him and admonished
Send him
him.
for a test right now.
Yes, sir.
Come back. Okay, let's go, Felicia. Let's send him.
Yes, Judge.
All right. If he has to come back, then we'll talk.
Yes,
He
sir.
comes back.
Thank you.
All right, great.
So Mr. Nava, his UA came back negative. I spoke to
Come up, Mr. Nava. I'm now placing a device on your ankle that's going to tell me if you ever test positive again. If you ever miss, if this battery dies, so will your bond. You test positive for alcohol, guess what happens to the bond?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
Excuses.
Right.
I don't give a rat's behind about excuses. I don't care what you tell me. You've been admonished at least twice not to use. So for you to come in here and give an excuse or give an excuse for the missed blows, it's disingenuous.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not going to take any more. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he'll have the scram device today. Well,
Want to get rid of the portable?
no, he's going to keep it.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, Craig.
As
We're done.
far, the Scram monitors 24 hours. We're just gonna ask those, we're gonna keep the portable plus the Scram. Scram is.
This case is 153 days old. What are we doing with it anyways?
So we're waiting, so we signed the blood discovery order today. We're waiting on the state to talk to the witness, I think, involved in the accident.
This case is way too much drama for me.
Sure.
So in 30 days, it's clear trial. You know, I'm not going to wait anymore. You're just way too much drama for me, Mr. Niles. So I'm going to set your case. By then, it'll be 180 days. By that time, it's clear trial.
Did y'all get a hold of anybody?
No, our Spanish speaker called the complainant and he got voicemail, and did not get a voicemail.
So I would send it to the investigator now so that we don't wait anymore, please. But 30 days, you must be back here ready for a clear trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll take off the portable device. But once he gets the Scram device, then we'll take off the portable device.
Thank you.
And back in 30, clear trial.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
I don't know if Chad's gonna post today, but his client's here.
Oh,
He said he was supposed to be approachable soon. His attorney?
come up, Mr. Villasana. Picked up a new case. Homeboy picked up a new case? Go. In the box. So I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to have to appoint someone in the interest of justice because have you reached out to Mr. Henderson? He's just so busy. It's hard to.
He had a conflict, he tried to reset it, and I told him, his office that I couldn't reset it.
He's picked up a
It
new
was sent by
case.
you and I couldn't.
So appoint him someone now if you don't mind, please.
Judge, the BBS for this delay.
Who?
There was someone.
Well, he picked up the news.